may delete later, may keep. I don't really know what to say. I feel like this is a problem in the UK. Could be in the US, could be in other countries. I don't know, I won't speak for those countries. I will say in the UK. There is a big kind of thing where no one's really talking about how bad the job market is and how mentally exhausting it is being rejected for a job. People keep saying like, oh, don't take it personally. Are you for real? Be for real. How are you not meant to take it personally? At this point, you've got 1,000,001 unpaid tasks, 1,000,001 vibe check interviews. That's if they even acknowledge your existence. That's if you get to those rounds, because quite often or not, you don't. Quite often, they may even ask for an unpaid task before they even meet you. That's a requirement before they meet you. And this isn't just weird companies. Hi BBC, looking at you. And they don't even give feedback after you spend your time giving them your ideas. Hi BBC. I joke about the BBC, but it's been actually many companies. The BBC was the one that hurt the most though. And it's getting to a point where people are not acknowledging how serious it is. There is a cost of living crisis. It is extremely expensive. We live in a centralised country, meaning everything is in London. People have no choice but to live in London. I am from London, I have no choice but to live in London, but many people from around the country have to travel, live in London. So they can't afford rent. They can't afford to go to these interviews because many of them want you to interview on site, in the place. I don't know about you guys, I'm in £60,000 worth of debt. I was sold the you go to university, you work hard. So I got my degree, I got my master's. And now they don't care about that. Now they just want experience. And experience counts as internships. When I was at the age that you do internships in your early 20s, it was the 2010s and they didn't pay back then. So I did one unpaid internship and it broke me, absolutely broke me. At one point, I lied and said that I couldn't go in because I was sick, but I could work from home, and I got in trouble for it. It was actually because I couldn't afford a tube fare. I just didn't have enough money in my account. I was also working and studying at the time, so I was waiting to get paid. And a lot of these internships, they don't pay enough for you to live in major cities either. So getting experience is almost impossible for people. I don't know why these jobs aren't training people. That's another issue. Why aren't they training people? You also have the fact, apart from just like, okay, you can't survive life, you've believed a lie, and now it's like everyone's scrambling, and no one knows what to do. I have friends who are not in this situation, and I don't think they understand because they've got jobs before this all happened and they've not really been struggling in the same way. Like, yes, they acknowledge the cost of living, but that's kind of it. I can't afford to do stuff with them. It's weird. I'm the poor friend. I've always been the poor friend, but now I'm like, they don't even invite me places because I can't afford it. And you could say, yes, no, you're all friends, and that's a bigger debate. Okay, separate. But it's this issue of when people say, hi LinkedIn, stop taking job rejections personally. I think back in the day, it may have been like to help boost your spirits because it was easier to get a job. Now it's just insulting, and I feel it's an element of gaslighting. I really do. We need to take this situation a lot more seriously. I know it's impacting Gen Z a lot. It's also impacting millennials such as myself. Older women especially are having trouble getting work because of ageism. I think to say, oh, job rejections aren't personal, don't take it personally, is extremely bad taste. Extremely bad taste. All of this to say is, I think the reason why the UK isn't talking about it, because if you acknowledge this, then you have to talk about class. I think class is the main reason why some people are getting jobs and some people aren't. I have some statistics here. 80% of journalists come from upper class backgrounds. 8% of people in TV and film are working class, yet only 7% of the UK is privately educated. Working class people with the same professional background earn less than those who aren't working class by 17%. and social mobility hasn't increased in half a century. So I think problems with this job market, Keir Starmer, Labour Party, would be to acknowledge class, and they don't want to do that because we've always been a classless country, but it has gotten to the point where the myth of mobility is almost all completely eradicated. And then what next? You're going to have some very angry people, some very desperate people, and society already is crumbling because everything we've known to be true is not. I think that's another reason why us millennials are so depressed, because we grew up thinking this was true and we saw it be true, especially younger millennials looking at older millennials. So those in their 40s now. And I'm not saying it was perfect. My God, no, I'm not. But I'm saying for some people, their social mobility they were able to do, especially when fees were lower/free. And I think that's why boomers are less stressed, because, they were able to do the social mobility thing. But we are not, and I think it needs to be acknowledged sooner rather than later. And they can't, and for me, when they say stop taking job rejection so personally, it tells me who you are as a person. And it tells me exactly your ideology, because how can you not take them personally at this point in time? How can you not?